Hi everybody, this video is going to cover the airship factory and airships in the Lost City. I don't know how thorough this video is going to be. I'm doing it in the last hours, so there are some things I can't show as well, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, so Lost City, we have an airship factory. Now, to build an airship, you need mithril dragon bone. You get mithril dragon bone primarily from quest rewards. Now, every 100 builds, if you don't get an epic airship, you're guaranteed one. I don't think any of my castles have hit that. If you look at, Tara here, she's actually got 4 epics. And at least 2 of them were obtained during this event. Thanks to that purchase of that, the gold token thing. And then you can either build them 1 at a time or 10 at a time, depending on how much dragon bone you have. There is no bonus for building 10 at a time. Some events and the Hero Hall, for example, you can use 9 items to get 10 things. That doesn't happen here. So there is really no reason not to use the 1 at a time option whenever you have a dragon bone, rather than saving up for the 10. Because thanks to the nodes and everything else, the faster you get your airships, the better. And as for the airships themselves, there's a green, blue, purple, and gold level. I think it's, does it say? It doesn't actually say, but it's, somewhere it says it. But I can't remember off the top of my head what the levels are. Common, uncommon, rare, and epic probably. And there's 5, potentially 5 of each type. There's an infantry, a ranged cavalry, a troop, and a siege. This is where things get fun. When you are attacking magic nodes, you want your best airship upgraded to the best it can be. And that's what you use for magic nodes. For attacking outer city garrisons, if your troops are more generic like mine are, if you don't ultra specialize in one troop type, then you might want to reset your best and then do the best for each troop type. So when I was attacking an outer city, I would reset the Pegasus, and then I would divide the upgrades between the Pegasus, the Hercules, and the Orion. So that way I could send 3 marches at a time. For the inner city, since the goal is to decrease the durability, if you can, you want to send your best troop type, in my case cavalry, with your best catapult airship. Because catapult airships have a higher inner city destruction. All the others, the cavalry, the infantry, the ranged, and the troop, all have just 100. That's all they'll do. So your best option for doing damage to the inner city is siege/catapult airship, promoted as high as you can with your best troop type. If that won't win, if you have put on every boost you can and it won't win, then you might want to try going back to your best troop type airship, especially if it matches your best troop type, and try again. You won't do the damage, so it's not the preferred option, But particularly as the cities get more difficult, if you can win with this combination, you should still do it. Because 100 points is better than nothing. By the time you start on the inner city, you have less than an hour before the outer garrison resets. And once that outer garrison resets, you have to start all over again. So, that's better than nothing. But as I pointed out in my video about outer versus inner cities, if that still doesn't work, then you shouldn't attack the inner cities at all. If you won't win, you won't help, and you're better off using your magicite and your troops on outer city garrisons if you're willing to risk them. So, to sum up, your best airship, promoted and upgraded as much as you can for Lost City nodes. Probably your best airship with matching troops for outer city garrisons. And you might want to, if you aren't ultra specialized, you could probably do a couple of them, particularly if they're all the same level. And that's for the outer city garrison. For the inner city garrison, your best troop type with your best siege/catapult airship promoted as much as possible. If that doesn't work, then you might want to try your best troop airship with matching troops and see if you get and everything boosted to the max. And then if that doesn't work, go back to just concentrating on outer cities. So that's all I have to say about airships. This only pertains to the March 2025 Lost City, the one that started in March of 2025. I cannot guarantee this information will hold true for the next one. This one probably will, because they didn't change much or possibly anything about the airships. I don't recall anything being different last time. So this one's probably good, but with, just to be on the safe side, no promises. I can only guarantee that this is, for this event, which is probably going to be over by the time you watch this. Sorry. But it still might be helpful for future ones. Anyway, have fun and good luck.